Welcome back to the breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at a growing trend, brake check lawsuits. This is a thing where somebody deliberately tries to cause you to hit them because they know typically it's assumed that if there's damage in the front of your vehicle, you're the one at fault, and they're not. Now, it's actually not legal. Brake checks are not legal. I know it's tempting when somebody's behind you and they're tailgating you and you're upset about it. I'm just going to tap the brakes and scare them, right? That's not legal. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm going to put a video down to a lawyer down below who explains it. The problem with these laws is it's very hard to prove. You need to hope that a police officer is there to see it, witnesses are willing to come forward or more. Otherwise, it's a he said, she said thing. And sometimes these brake checks are, you're stopped at a red light and they reverse back into you to cause damage. So we're going to be breaking down how to protect yourself from these growing trend of lawsuits. It's kind of was a thing back in the days and it's kind of becoming a thing once again. How you protect yourself from it, what you need to know if you think you've become a victim of it, and some recommendations for cameras that'll help protect you for it. But if you want to learn more about is it legal or not, because I know people argue, well, Luke, the damage is on the front of their car, it's their fault. I'm not here to argue with that. I'm a lawyer speak for that because I'm not a lawyer. Link in the show notes to that video. But first, if you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. We try to help you with all kinds of things. We cover the wide world of scammers, reviews, and more. To help keep yourself safe with videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you stay safe. All right, brake checks. Now, they're sometimes impossible to avoid. For instance, at a red light, you can Google this, there's a lot of videos like this, where somebody in front of you will actually, you stopped, you're perfectly fine, it's a red light, you stopped a half a car length or whatever away, they slam in reverse and speed into you and try to slam into you. That happens a lot. Now it's damage on the front of your car at a red light. They said you didn't stop at a red light. That's pretty hard to defend yourself with. Also, you're just driving, cars passing on the highway, okay, big deal, car going a little bit faster. All of a sudden they swerve over with almost no room, slam on your brakes, and let's be honest, the reaction time of the average human just can't respond that well, especially if it's catching you off guard when you're not paying attention. So what do you do? Now, this happened to me. I had somebody come after me and say, oh, Luke hit me, and almost 2 years ago in this case, there was a medical issue. Ever since then, I've actually got a camera in the front of my car because it turned into this big he said, she said. And a lot of these scammers won't immediately sue you. They'll actually wait a year or two for a few things. They hope that all possible video evidence has gone. Video camera stores and more that may have a camera that caught the accident. They often don't save that film for years on end. They'll keep it for a month or two and then wipe it to free up space for new videos. Or if they got the old tape system, the tape just records over it every week or two. When I worked at a gas station, we only kept tapes for a week. And after that, it got re-recorded over. So keep that in mind. You need to document everything. Now, the best way to do this to avoid the he said, she said thing, because let's be honest, witnesses at scenes are very rarely willing to talk to police because I didn't see it, I wasn't looking. It's more common than you think it is. You need a dash cam, and that's what I have. Now, a dash cam is the best way to protect yourself from these kind of situations. Now, it always records forward. I actually have a Garmin GPS dash cam. Now, there's dash cams that are just standalone dash cams. There's ones that are GPS and more. And it records forward. The one I have was a little bit of a higher-end one. After that attempted brake checking lawsuit against me, which thankfully was settled and taken care of. My insurance company handled it and kind of went after them a little bit on it. But I got this. It records forward, constantly records and kind of deletes older data through the SD card in it. If it detects a massive impact or shake or anything, it will automatically record an event. If I had something happen I wanted to record, there's a button on it I can press and it will save a clip of however long you set it, a few minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And on the bottom it records my speed, the time of day, and more. You can even get ones that will record audio. I don't actually have the audio enabled because it actually takes up a lot of room in the SD card for me. To me, it's more about the visual going forward. Some of these will actually even record backwards. I know a lot of Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and more use these so they can show, hey, I was driving safe, and the passenger behind me was acting reckless or dangerous. I, as a driver, was fine. They weren't wearing a seatbelt, they assaulted me, whatever. That's an option too. Some of the cheaper cameras, and I'm going to put links down the show notes for some cameras, won't have the detection for jarring to automatically record an event. You have to press the button or hope it doesn't record over the data before you save it. But okay, so I had the camera. Let's say I recorded what was pretty clear to me in an attempt to brake check, or I just rear-ended somebody, but that whole situation didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I was really at fault at it. Save that data. Take that SD card out, put it in your computer, save that data, not just on your phone, not just on your computer, put it like online in a Google Drive, for example, a free online storage, so you know in 2 years, 3 years, wherever, it's going to be there. Because, like for me, it was several years down the road when they claimed, oh, you know, that accident that happened, minor damage to vehicles, but you know, I have now back pain. That's a kind of common thing. So I didn't feel I was at fault at it, but it turned into a mess of he said, she said. There was no witnesses at that point that we could go back and find from 2 years ago. There was no camera footage. There was just a lot of he said, she said kind of thing. So keep that in mind. So you want to record everything. Record their license plate info. Record their statements. Find a witness. Record their names, phone numbers, and more if they're willing to be a witness on the record, for example. And save that for a long time. Honestly, got an accident? Save it forever. I mean, in the days of cheap, free storage from Google, a short video clip and a Word document with all that info, or a little notepad document, doesn't really cost money nowadays. You can get plenty of services that will store that kind of data for free up to a certain gigabyte limit. So keep that in mind. 2, always get the police involved. Often these scammers will say, oh, it's just a scratch, I don't care, we don't need to call the police. Let's just exchange information and insurance info. And you're probably like, oh great, no risk of a ticket, great, let's do that. Well, now they don't have a police report, and now it's a he said, she said situation where they're trying to target you. So keep that in mind. Keep that everything recorded. Keep everything safe for years into the future. Don't assume just because you didn't hear a month from now, a week from now, or even 6 months from now that they're not going to come after you. That's a common trick that a lot of them do and go that way. Mysteriously, I read an article that these are skyrocketing. Some people have mysteriously been involved in lawsuits related to being rear-ended multiple times. And I don't know, I've been driving now for many years. I've never actually been rear-ended at a red light. So how you end up suing somebody over that 5, 6, 7 or more times, I don't know. But increasingly people are seeing this as a quick way for a cash payout because they know it's assumed if the damage is on the front end of the vehicle, that person's more likely to be at fault. Unless they have some evidence, unless there's a witness, unless the cop was luckily right there, or there was a videotape. So keep that in mind. That's really the only way you can protect yourself from a brake check lawsuit. Something that every driver should do. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody, that's it for today. If you want to check out those cameras, link in the show notes down below. I'll put them in the first comment. Also, if you have a story like this, if you ever were a victim of a brake check, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. Until next time, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And hopefully we help keep you safe from a fake lawsuit. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.